Hello, welcome pen friends. I sure am happy to be making a video today. It is Monday, February 22nd, 2021, and we have survived the freeze and the emergency conditions of last week, and I'm looking forward to March. So I'm attempting to select my pens and inks, and I wanted to bring you along for part of that because I'm having some indecision. I feel like I've pretty well picked the pens, which is opposite of how I normally do it. I normally pick the inks first. That may be why I'm just feeling all thumbs. So I've got two inks that I definitely want to try, and a tray of samples, which is kind of gridlocking me, making me wonder, you know, which ones to go for. So maybe it'll help to talk about it and move over to the pen desk and show you. But after we go to the pen desk, then there'll be some additional footage of, there may be some more of me talking, I'm not sure. And then there's definitely some of my banana trees, aloe vera plants, and palm trees, and the effect that the unusual and prolonged and multiple day freeze had on the outdoors. A big part of our life down here is, of course, our yard and our outdoors. It may be small, but it's always kind of green and beautiful by now. So it's going to take a little bit longer for things to sprout, but they will. And I just wanted to show you that. But let's move over to the pen desk because I'm hoping that just by talking it through, I'll be able to make my selections better. I think my mind is split off, and it's split off into like plumbing and insurance and emergency money, and it's split off so many ways that I just can't seem to make good decisions on my inks. But it's important because to my mental health anyway, writing in my journal and writing letters and keeping in contact with people at this time when we're just not getting out much and we're not seeing people or doing things like we used to. I'm always an introvert and mostly at home, but this has been extreme. So we'll move on over to the pen desk now. So here we are.
It's 11 a.m.
Oh my gosh, I did not plan that, but that talking clock just seems to strike every time I start a video. Oh well. So 3 of these pens, the first 3, are new to me. This one was a pen friend gift, and it's a pen BBS 352. So it's going to be completely a new experience. I have never inked it up. It's got an Anderson 1.1 stub on it. Thank you so much, pen friend. You know who you are, and I'd like to do all the attributes and things about the inks and pens in the description box because I'd be doing nothing but that, it seems, over here. So these 3 are new to me. This is the Smoke Rose Gold Eco, and I got it with a medium nib because I was kind of looking forward to having this for my journal, and the medium nib works really good in both my regular journal and my bullet journal, so it'll get much more use than, I think, than the broad nib, because I have other options for broad nibs, so I just decided to get a medium nib in that. Okay, looks like I've already picked the ink for that one. Birmingham Pen Company Slag Gray, the new formula. This was a sample gift from pen friend Manda. And then this is an exciting, this first pen is really exciting. It's a newcomer to my collection, and I'm so excited about it. This is a Platinum 3776, nice, and it's got the rose gold, and it's a demonstrator, and it's got a broad nib on it. And I am just super excited about this. This was like the purchase of the year already, early this year, and I have not inked it up yet. So for that, I've chosen Diamine Aqua Lagoon because I love the ink. I know how it looks in a broad nib in other circumstances, and I think that's going to just be wonderful. So these 2 are all figured out. Well, I talk about skipping around. So the pen BBS with the stub nib is such a beautiful pen. I would like a blue ink for that. And I'm actually thinking about going ahead and doing the Parker Quink in this one. It's a sample. Let's see. Who sent me that? Oh, I had that right here. Oh gosh. I think this was pen friend MB, but I'm not sure, and I've got multiple friends with those initials, but he will know who he is from the UK if I'm correct. So, oh goodness, I'm so disorganized. I knew I was, but it's a little more than I thought. Okay, so the next pen that I think I've chosen is the Faber-Castell Loom, and it does have an extra fine nib on it, but I wanted to revisit this pen now that I'm much more experienced than the last few times that I wrote with it. It writes so smooth, and it's got such a beautiful smooth nib on it, and actually, even though it's extra fine, it's more like a fine because it's not like a Japanese or anything. So it's really, really nice. And I want a nice dark green for this one. So we'll go looking for that. This one will be easy. This is a Schaefer calligraphy pen. I guess, I mean, I'm not really trying to say it's a fountain pen, but I wanted to do some special stuff with it. And it's going to have to be the heck? I got something stuck in there? Oh, probably. It looks like a cartridge that's cleaned and empty. But I have, so I have that empty one, and I have several full ones. So I won't worry about that. I'll probably just get a blue cartridge to put in there. Okay. And then next is, this is a Wingsung 3008. Am I saying that right? Yeah, I think so. With a Lamy stub nib. I was going to use this stub nib on the Lamy pen, but this is a juicy feed. And I think it's going to really be nice. I can go any direction with the ink in this because it's a clear demonstrator. And then I've got the old standby. I just love this pen. It's kind of stained, but anyway, the Lamy Vista with a broad nib on it. And this is just an excuse to try any ink too, because I know how the broad nib behaves, and I love that workhorse pen. And then at the end here, I actually, this is the Lamy Nex, and I'm trying to think of the color name, but it's going to probably look blue on here, but it's sort of a teal or green. I do have a brand new broad nib that I ordered from Lemur Ink. I ordered the nib from there. And so I now have 3 Lamy broad nibs, which makes me very happy. So I could go teal or another green or whatever I want to with that. So let's look at the inks. I'll just kind of push this aside a little. I did decide that will be the ink. The Parker Quink will go in the Pen BBS. So next I need to find a green, and I really think, I was thinking about Colorverse Laurel. This box is new to me, samples that have come in over a long period of time from pen friends and other ways and means. This was from Pen Friend KS, and it's Colorverse Laurel. Let's see if I can find it. Should be easy to find. It's dark green. Oh my, okay. Ah, here it is. Yeah, because I know how Colorverse inks behave, and they're nice and flowy, and then this is dark enough that it should do well in what to me translates to a fine nib. It's an extra fine Faber-Castell nib. Okay, so that's not so bad. 4, so that's just 4. Well, no, we don't have to make a decision here. This will either be the Schaefer cartridge. I have a whole ton of them. I need to use them before they dry up, you know. So that leaves 3 pens. This is where I get in trouble. These 2, because it can be anything, you know. It'll go with anything, and I've got a stub and a broad nib. So let's think about that a little. Maybe go through these. There's another green. That lemongrass is pretty too. But Robert Oster inks tend to be a little drier, so I kind of wait till I'm using a gusher on those. Levenger Cobalt Blue. Oh, I forgot about having that. That's pretty. Oh, this is pretty. Levenger Always Green. Ooh, that's nice. For, you know, I think spring, and what do we got so far? We've got a bright blue, a gray, like a blue-black, only blue, and then a dark green. Okay, so we could use a nice bright green. That's pretty. I also have Sailor, but that's that. Okay, if I use the Sailor, it needs to go in the Lamy because the smaller ink. I only have 2 mils of that green, but that's pretty. Sailor inks are so pretty. I really should use this small sample. I've had it a long time. Okay, let's go with that. Let's put that in the Lamy Vista because I know I can manage with that small amount of ink in there. Okay, so that'll be nice. You'll get a better view when I do the Chris's inked pens, but this is just me getting help from you by talking to you and making decisions. Okay, so now we have this stub nib on the Wing Sung demonstrator. What do we not have for color? Let's see. We don't have any purple. What the heck? Oh my, and this is lavender amethyst. Let's see, that's a 5 ml sample. Let's see where that is. Oh, but here's another purple. Van Diemen's Wilderness Spotted Sun Orchid. Let's see how that compares. Oh, okay, that's not as bright, so I'm not ready for that. I want a bright purple. I think I do want to go with, this is from Pen Friend CS, and there's plenty of it to go in this. And it's a nice bright purple. And this is still carried, so unlike some of those that are not available, that's pretty neat. Okay, gee, maybe I should go get my cartridge bag. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got this little bag of cartridges. These are for another pen. This is a nib. So they appear to be Schaefer, all of them. Let's see. Yeah, they are. I think. Yeah, okay, they're labeled. Thank goodness they're labeled because I got them all thrown in here. That looks like a blue one there, but does it have to be blue? No, of course it doesn't have to be. Let's see, I've got blue, purple. Okay, we have 2 blues, 2 greens, one dark, one bright, a bright purple. Did we not pick one for this? What am I doing? Oh my gosh, you see why I brought you along? I just need to talk this through, I guess. Oh, that's another, okay, that's another nib. Well, maybe I should just stick with blue because I could be here all day theorizing on what I should do. So, and it really just comes down to making choices right now. Okay, so it looks, unless I did it and don't remember, like I didn't make a choice for the Lamy Next with the new broad nib. Okay, back to the little drawing board here. We got this, we got all these samples. So it's kind of green, teal, could go with blue too, but we've got some blue going on already. Oh, I really would like a teal. Let's see. Is this boiler steam? Let's see. I think there is a teal in here. Aha! It is. Okay. And this sample was sent by pen friend CK, whom I need to write to. It's Birmingham, Pennsylvania Railroad boiler steam, and it's the new formula. So I feel better about using the new formulas because of the fact that it may closer match what they're selling now, which would be more useful for you as well. That's got some nice red sheen in it. Let's go with that. Okay. All right, decisions are made. Yay! Oh, this is exciting. So there's 8 pens, 8 inks, everything's ready. And it gives me a week to transition because I've still got my pens going here. I even have one from before February, but that's okay. That's a huge capacity and I'm using it up and it's beautiful pen and ink and everything else. So, and then I did try, okay, this is something I snuck in and we'll talk about it at the report card stage. I did try out the broad nib unit on the TWSBI Mini with Colorverse Tango, but we'll save that for that video where I'm much more organized, I hope. I hope. So I'm going to hop back over to the desk because I just wanted to talk a little bit about a topic that is becoming more and more dear to my heart and important, which is preparedness. So we'll hop over there and I'll give you a couple of my thoughts. There, okay. It just feels really good to have those decisions made. And this is going to be a weird video if it works out. I hope it does. Because it seems like I'm going to be splicing maybe 4 pieces, but hey, it's good to learn. I need to learn new things. I have a lot of new things actually to learn right now. Ooh, what a weird view there. Oh well, it doesn't matter. So preparedness. we came up against it this week because we feel super confident and proud about our preparations for hurricanes. We bring in bottled water, we bring in cans and emergency food and supplies and paper goods, and we bought a generator, we learned how to use it. We have all kinds of preparedness. We understand what it's like to be in 100-degree weather with no power. We are always really grateful when we still have gas coming into the house. The last hurricane that came knocked out our power for 5 or 6 days. But we had all these lanterns that we could use. I could take a warm shower during that hurricane. I could cook on my gas regular range. But this emergency, this cold weather that lasted so long and froze the pipes and knocked out power for so many, even people that live near me, like maybe 4 miles away from me. So it really was a shocker. It was a wake-up call of the additional scenarios that need to be considered. And I've been watching Alaska Prepper since last March, almost a year now. He has such good ideas, and he's not really a panic person. Some of the articles that he goes over, I sometimes think, wow, if that really happened, that would be awful. But, he has a way of encouraging you to just use a little bit of your payday each time to prep for things that could happen. And the thing is that power outages are not that uncommon anywhere, but it just, I can remember actually thinking and even telling my relatives, well, yeah, we have to deal with the extreme heat, but we'll never freeze to death, Well, that's not funny anymore. That's not even close to funny. So many people lost their lives for different reasons, trying to stay warm to the north of us. And I don't know, really, we haven't got the final, damage assessment and reports here yet. And I'm sure this is the first working weekday, so we will be finding out. But anyway, I just encourage everyone to kind of think through, what would I do if I couldn't bring water into my house? Shut off the water and you quickly realize how much you use it. And then same with electricity, although I think that's a little more common that we kind of brace for and compare. We know storms can knock down power lines and other things can. And right now, my thought was, well, I need to think about things that I could plug into that generator, because since we depend on gas, something could happen to the city gas supply. So anyway, that is not me saying be fearful. It's me saying every single emergency presents differently, and you can really never be done with individual preparations that can help you until stores are restocked and assistance can be had, and neighbors, families helping each other, neighbors, all of that came into play for us. We're just so grateful. I can't even put it into words, but I do encourage anybody, anywhere, no matter where you are, to spend a little bit of time and a little bit of money on preparing for things that are likely and unlikely to happen. I'm not suggesting become a hoarder or a panic buyer or anything like that. I'm just saying I consider myself a prepared person, but I just felt like my pants were down during this. I knew how vulnerable we would have been had our power gone out. And, I was quickly, dragging out things. And I'm a person that grew up in Vermont, so I know what cold is like, and I have a lot of cold weather stuff. I'm going to put these away today because they say there's no more freezes, but I've got a bomber hat. That is a warm hat. Actually, my brother gave me this, or he gave me the gift card that I bought it with. And I have snowmobile gloves, I've got wool socks because I go to Vermont. Sometimes when I go in May, it's freezing. Or I remember going in July and my dad having a wood stove going. I know how to run a wood stove all by myself, except I'm not comfortable cleaning the pipes or chimney, but I know how to do those things. And yet, and I got this my mom gave me that warms up your neck. So we would have been better off than some, but gosh, it's just unbelievable. You know, Mother Nature, and also the other, the decisions that were made on different levels that would affect us. And when you're sitting there cold or without water, it doesn't matter who did what. It does not matter. Like, you know, I might spend a half a moment being pissed off or angry at some bad decision, but you can't spend your energy that way. And so now we have to spend our energy, you know, looking at it and going forward doing better. But at the time, you just have to survive. So that's all of that. Okay, so the next clip should be my banana trees, my aloe vera and palm trees. I just wanted to show you. They got kind of shocked and in some cases devastated. But so I'll see you later in a second. Bye. So this is our aloe vera plant. It really got hit hard by the freeze, but I can see that there's some of them that were down lower that are going to be okay. So as soon as, you know, we'll just have to get in here and start pruning, but we're not going to give up on it. And then back here, this was our banana trees. Manuel did cut them because they just look so bad. And it does look like they went ahead and, you know, froze. But I think these will come back, if nothing but for the fact that they just grow like wildfire. We'll have to see. Hello, neighbor puppy. Hello. Hello, neighbor puppy. And Princess is over here in the cabbage patch. I mean, cactus patch. Ooh, she's scratching. Hello, hello. It's a mess. It's kind of wreckage back here. Of course, it's that time of year anyway when we'd be coming back here to really work, but I don't know what's going to happen with these banana trees. We'll have to see. This is new to us. We have never had them before. We only had them for about a year. So in the front, our palm trees got hit pretty hard, but I don't think they're going to die. They're pretty well established. They really are. And I think what's going to happen is, you see, they're not green really anymore. And they were very, very green. I think when we trim them, they're going to shoot back up green from the center. I really do. But again, we haven't had these very long either. So a couple years they've been growing. But it just looks like they got shocked, kind of. They basically got shocked. But I have a lot of hope that they won't die, so we'll see. And I have a lot of hope that garbage will come finally. It's been over a week, so. Okay, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.